How do we solve systems of equations by using the substitution method? So, very quick recap. A solution to a system of equations is an ordered pair. It's an x and y number that when you plug them into both of the equations, it makes them true. If this ordered pair doesn't work for both equations, then it's not a solution for the entire system, right? And so yesterday, we showed you the graphing method. How do you get that ordered pair that solves both equations? Well, if you take the two equations and graph them where the two lines hit, that point gives you the numbers for the ordered pair that makes both of the equations true. It's wonderful. However, not all equations are easily graphed, and sometimes you don't even have the graph paper to do that. So, we come up with the substitution method. I'll refer back to this in just a second. Here's what it comes down to. If you want to use the substitution method to solve this, please find a letter that is all by itself. I like this y because it's down here in the second equation. I could have chosen this y up here, but we want a letter all by itself, not this x. The x has a +5 on it, so choose a letter all by itself. Now, what is this y equal to? It's equal to x plus 5. Well, go to the other equation, and since this y is equal to x plus 5, we want to go and substitute in what y is equal to. This y is x plus 5. We want to substitute this into the other equation we haven't used. So this is y. Well, this y said it's equal to x plus 5. So instead of writing y, I'm going to write x plus 5 to be this part, and it's equal to 2x. This usually causes some problems, so rather than going on straight on to show you what happens next, let's go take a look at doing this very first step of the substitution method on these other three equations. So let's just kind of zoom in on this one right here. Find a letter all by itself. Then ask yourself, what is this letter all by itself equal to? Well, it's equal to 2x minus 8. What's our next step? Since the one that we chose is equal to 2x minus 8, we're going to take this 2x minus 8 and plug it into wherever we see that number in the other equation. We're going to substitute that in. So instead of writing this y, I'm going to write 2x minus 8. Then I'm going to continue writing in the rest of the equation, equals x minus 6. And this is the first step that we do. So let's go try this one. So this y is all by itself and it's equal to x minus 4. Now wherever you see this y in the first equation, we're going to substitute in what y is equal to. The x minus 4 is going to pop into it. So this 2x plus I write out first. And then instead of writing that y, we're going to substitute what y is equal to down here in this equation. X minus 4 is going to substitute in there. And then we can put the equals 5 right down here next to it. Let's go do the very last one. Now this one is just to show you that, hey, what happens if you can't see a y all by itself? Well, that's okay. We just said go find a letter, go find a variable that's all by itself. Ah, there it is. There's the x. And it's equal to y minus 1. But we're not going to substitute the y minus 1 in for y because it's x is equal to y minus 1. So we're going to take what x is equal to, the y minus 1, and substitute that to wherever we see an x in the other equation. So this x is replaced by the y minus 1. And then the rest of this equation we can just copy out verbatim. So let's go and look at the top part of our page. How do we solve with the substitution method? Look at both equations and choose one variable by itself. You might have to rearrange them. So you can see that we did that. We chose this variable, it's equal to this. Now it says substitute the expression that the variable is equal to into the other equation. So that's what we did. Y is equal to 2x minus 8. We popped it into the y. Y is equal to x plus 5. We popped it into that y. So there's your x plus 5 right there. and it's equal to 2x. So that's what's happening. So what's the next thing? Well, it says solve the second equation. What I'm talking about is please just go solve this equation. So use the same equation skills that you've used for weeks now, and let's go solve this equation right here for x. And we find out that x is equal to 5. Well, this is half of your solution. Remember, we need to find an x value and a y value. So we've got one of the letters there, and that's fine. So rather than trying to concern you with how do we find the second letter yet, let's go solve these other equations, and so that way we'll be halfway done with each equation. And I'd like to take just a moment here. Look, if I divide this by 1, the x is still sitting there. And if I divide this by 1, the x is still sitting there. So technically, anytime that you see a positive 1 in front of the x, we can take that off. And anytime that you see an x sitting there without any number in front of it, we can put a positive 1 in front of it, right? So if it helps us to put it on there, we put it on there. If it helps us to take it off, we take that off. If you don't do that, look what happened right here. Look, we were dividing by 1, and we still got x equals 5. And it's still okay to come back here and put this 1 in front of the x if we wanted it to. So just try to get a little bit better at knowing that the 1 doesn't have to sit there. Okay, now let's go through and let's do the last two. And there we have it. We've got half of our solution, x equals 3, for the system of equations. Very last one. Now this one's a little bit different here. Instead of solving for x's, we have nothing but y's. That's okay. Just go solve for y. There's nothing that says you have to get the x first. You can get the y first. So we get y equals -1. And I realize I'm not doing a lot of explaining on how to solve these equations, but that's because that is old material, and if you need to, go back and check the first 2 pages of notes for this chapter here, where we've been reviewing that lately. The biggest thing that I need you to understand is that when we use the substitution method here, find a letter all by itself, figure out what it's equal to, and then take what it's equal to and stuff that or substitute that into the other equation where you saw that letter. Then after you rewrite it, substituting that in, you can just go and solve it, and hey, you've got half of your answer right there. Now I'm stopping this video because it's getting a little long, and on my second video we're going to pick up right where we left off, and we're going to say, how do we find out if I have x equals 5, what in the world is y? If x equals 2, what in the world's y?